Hey everyone, I'm currently working. It's Vlogmas Day 7. I kind of got up and did a lot of research on Korea. So if you're interested, stay tuned because I'm going to elaborate on what to do for Korea. It could be helpful if you are also planning on going to Korea. And this is in regards to Wi-Fi or SIM card. So I made a whole spreadsheet here. Let me pull that up. So if you're in Korea and you want data, or you want voice calls or SMS or text messages, then I will explain to you. So the first thing is a Wi-Fi egg. The pros, there aren't really that much pros. I mean, it's easy, I guess, easier than a SIM card in a way. So Wi-Fi egg is a device that you carry around and gives you Wi-Fi for your whole trip. The problem is the battery can drain pretty easily in about 5 to 6 hours. You also need to carry an item with you. It's just like an additional thing to carry when you're traveling everywhere. And you don't always want to be traveling with an extra item when you're traveling abroad. It's just annoying. Another thing I've heard is that you could go over the Wi-Fi and that could cost you extra on top of what you already paid for the Wi-Fi egg. And then lastly, at the end of your trip, you have to return your Wi-Fi egg. So you have to go to a stall in the airport, and when you arrive in Korea, you have to go to the airport stall and pick up your Wi-Fi egg. But SIM card users also have to do that. But additionally, if you are a Wi-Fi egg user, at the end of your trip, you have to go back to the Incheon stall and return your Wi-Fi egg. Now with the second option, which is the SIM card, you don't have to return your SIM card at the end of the trip because that's kind of just your SIM card and you don't have to deal with the hassle of that. A SIM card is, just the card that goes into your phone. Probably can't really see it, but that's what it is on the iPhone 12. You kind of just pop it out and then pop in a regular SIM card. The one nice thing is you get your own phone number, so a Korean phone number. That's kind of important, I think, more for my mom because she has her relatives and her family in Korea, and they probably use a lot of local text messages and local voice calls, so that's probably going to be her option for sure. Another option for people that don't have any family, wouldn't really have a reason to use local calls or local voice calls or local texts, would be if you're traveling to Korea and you want to go to a restaurant that has a really long line, it's a really popular restaurant, then a good option would be to have a SIM card because a lot of restaurants require local phone numbers and they will give you a call on that. If you only have a Wi-Fi egg, you don't really get those incoming calls, and a lot of times they do require like a Korean phone number in order to get that call from the restaurant. For me, I think I'm going to get the SIM card as well because I'm going to be traveling alone for a portion of the time, and I do have some family, my mom's family in Korea, so that could be helpful to call locally to the person that is either picking me up or dropping me off somewhere. But if you are kind of just a lone traveler, it could be useful to just use Wi-Fi. Now in the SIM card, there is actually an option to only get unlimited data and optional voice calls and optional text messages, and that is actually a cheaper price than the unlimited everything. Right now, the unlimited data, voice call, and text are sold out at Incheon Airport, so currently we only have the option to do like an optional voice call, voice text for a certain charge or whatever, which is not terrible because I don't think we're going to be using too much. They have like on Klook.com, they have a unlimited data SIM card with optional voice call and text, and you can pay 11,000 won, which is like $10-ish, I believe. That equates to about 40 minutes of calls or 100 outgoing text messages. But every incoming text message and every incoming call is free. So if you do want that option, that would be useful because you get your own phone number, so you can queue up for restaurants that are really busy and need to call you back, but don't need to make any sort of outgoing calls or outgoing text messages. One of the pros of the SIM card is you don't have to carry around an extra item. So with the Wi-Fi egg, it's a physical item that you have to carry around. So that's pretty useful. You can queue up in restaurant lines, which is what I already told you. I don't know if there's like a huge need for other things. I think during when the testing really needed to happen, I think it was really useful for that, but they no longer really require that anymore. So the main thing is just going to popular restaurants, and a huge part of going to Korea is eating good food, so I feel like that's pretty important. Another pro is that you don't have to go return it at the stall like I mentioned. One of the cons is that it is more expensive, probably like double or a little bit over like 75% more than what the Wi-Fi egg is, but I think it's kind of worth it for the convenience. You're going all the way to Korea, a country that you don't have your regular phone service in, so why not be the most safe and convenient way, and that would be the SIM card. In my opinion, I feel like that's the best option, but Wi-Fi egg could be more affordable, and if you have no reason to queue up in restaurant lines or no reason to make voice calls or text messages incoming or outgoing, then Wi-Fi egg could be your option. One of the things I also forgot to mention is with the SIM card, you do have to make sure your phone is unlocked. So that kind of requires investigating a little bit. I had to sign into my account and figure out what was going on with that. Some of my family members are unlocked and some of them are locked, and it really depends on if you've paid in full for the phone, how many days you've had the phone on the specific line. So there's a lot of different factors in there. And if it's not unlocked, then you can't use a SIM card. So keep that in mind if you want to do SIM card use. And then another thing to keep in mind is there are different pickup terminals and different hours for pickup terminals. So depending on when your flight lands and which gate your flight lands in could determine where you're going to pick up your Wi-Fi egg or your SIM card. So keep those all in mind. One of the best websites I've seen is klook.com, klook.com, or trazy.com, trazy.com. I think I'm going to go with klook.com because I think they have a bit more options that are more useful for my situation. Yeah, so I've been planning a whole itinerary planned out. I'm actually going to share that with you now because I'm pretty excited about it. So I thought I would share my itinerary for Korea and share my excitement with you guys. So the first day, and really sadly I'm only going to be there for a full 3.5 days to fully explore like on my own with my immediate family. We are meeting up with my extended family, so that's going to take up some days, and of course I'm really happy to be spending it with them. I just can't make my own itinerary because I'll have to do things with the group. So the first thing we're gonna do is come back from one of the outside cities of Seoul. We're gonna take a bus, get some rest stop food on the way, which I'm really excited about because they have really good rest stop food. Dakgochi, there's hodu gwaja, those are like spicy rice cake skewers and walnut cake crackers. They're little pastries stuffed with walnuts and red bean inside. They're so delicious. And I remember eating them when I first went to Korea as a teenager. I was like 15 and they were really good. Then I also want to go to the Namsan Seoul Tower, which is the big overlook of Seoul, the city, and apparently it's very beautiful. There's also the famous lock bridge, and I'm really excited to put a lock on there with my name on it and maybe some of my family members' names. So to end out that night, I also went to order from Nene Chicken, and that is delivery. I was watching Anna in Seoul's YouTube videos, and she posts a lot of things about Seoul and what to do, what to explore, so I definitely want to try the delivery food. Fried chicken is a must with probably some beer, like chimek, which is chicken and mekju, or chicken and beer. I'm really excited to try that. And another type of delivery food I want to eat and I need to eat is the pizza, and that is bulgogi pizza and sweet potato pizza. They're definitely different than what we have in the States here, and if they have like a kimchi pizza too, I'm willing to try that. Then the second day I'm there, I want to go to High Waist Ikseondong, which is a really cute cafe. Actually, I want to go to like 5 different cafes. Ikseondong is pretty small. Each cafe is only like a 1-minute walk away from each other. The alleyways are very tiny though, so I think I need to be careful and kind of be wary of the crowds and see how crowded it will be. Then I want to go to Nagwon Train Cafe, which is inspired by a train, and it's really cute. There's little train tracks outside, and I want to take pictures of that area because it looks so cute. So I want to go to Madang Flower, or Ashibang, which is a cute boutique, and you can buy little knickknacks and little souvenirs. The next cafe is going to be the Cheongsudong Garden Cafe. The outside of the cafe is super popular, and you've probably seen it on YouTube videos if you've seen like Korea vlogs, so I'm really excited to check that out. And last cafe of the day would be Donut Cheongsu Hanok Cafe, and the interior design is basically like a hanok, which is basically a traditional Korean house, and it's just a nice vibe and nice interior respecting the Korean culture. So I'm excited to go there and enjoy some donuts. And then the rest of the night, I'm hoping that that will take us to 5 p.m. The rest of the night will be shopping in Myeongdong, probably because that's probably the most popular place to shop at. They have like the Plain, which is a huge store of different jewelry items. The jewelry goes all the way up to the ceiling, and I really want to go to Olive Young and a bunch of different makeup shops, and also ABC Mart shoes, because it's like wholesale shoes and they're really cheap. So I'm really excited to eat at cafes, eat good food, and shop. That's gonna be basically the whole Korea trip, and I'm ready to do those things. This is the night where I think we'll either go out around Myeongdong to go eat dinner, or we're gonna eat some sweet potato bulgogi pizza. But you know, actually we might do both because I only have a limited period of time. Then the third day we're gonna go to Cafe Layered and Kurim Cafe. And Cafe Layered is also a really cute cafe with a bunch of different pastries and cakes. Kurim Cafe is a 2D cafe where it has everything like bordered and it kind of looks like a drawing, and kurim means drawing, so I'm excited to check that out, take pictures. The third one is Merry-Go-Round Cafe, which is Merry-Go-Round Cafe. It's a very cute yellow interior, looking to check that out. Then the fourth place we're gonna go to that day is Neshi Sabon Cafe, which, yeah, they have like souffle pancakes and croffles. That's pretty much what they're known for. And then the second half of the day will be shopping in around Hongdae, and that will be going to the Kakao Friends store, the Line store, the Sanrio Lovers Club, and then the Hongdae Shopping Street. I'm hoping to really get a glimpse of some busking if I can, and that's when different groups of people are just performing on the streets of Korea, and they perform a lot of different popular music, and I'm super into K-pop, always following it, so I'm excited to check that out and check out how the people are singing and dancing and just enjoy the night. Lastly, for dinner, I want to go to a 닭갈비 place that's really popular. I am torn between going to really popular places versus going to places that won't have a huge wait and are not as well known and not as touristy. But I tend to fall for the touristy things because usually there's a reason they're touristy, usually they're good. So this place is called Shinmigyang Hongdae 닭갈비. I think they fry the chicken and then they also do the pap at the end, or the rice with the leftover chicken sauce. And I'm really looking forward to eating that. Lastly, I think we're gonna end at a cocktail bar in Hongdae called T12, and it looks really fancy on Instagram. It's a little intimidating actually, but I think we're gonna try and go there because I'm gonna be with my sisters and we can just enjoy the night, dress up, go out, and enjoy. The final full day, I wanna go to the Apgujeong Gangnam area. That's kind of the more high class and expensive area. So another recommendation from Anna Lives in Seoul. After watching her YouTube videos, I saw the Ide Songhae Jinmyeonmok. It's basically shabu shabu and kalguksu, and it's a ton of food for a very inexpensive price. I think it's like $10 per person or something like that. You can just watch one of her most recent videos. While we're around the area, I want to go to the COEX Starfield Mall, which is the really popular library that's huge with a bunch of escalators. Probably seen it on a bunch of other people's touristy pictures. Two of the cafes I want to go to is Plant Cafe Mamma Mia, and it's a very cute garden interior. Then I also want to go to Baskin Robbins Brown. It's basically a full shop with all different types of Baskin Robbins flavors, a lot more extensive than your usual Baskin Robbins, and it's a very luxury gourmet type of experience, and I'm so excited to eat their ice cream and desserts. And treats are definitely my thing. I think my sisters will also enjoy it. Next, I want to go to Gentle Monster and Tambourines in the area that's in the Gangnam Apgujeong area, I believe. And these two brands are heavily promoted by Jennie from Blackpink, and I'm really into Blackpink if you didn't know, and so I'm really excited to go. I think I also want to probably buy a pair of sunglasses there because I've always wanted to buy one from there. I've bought like sunglasses that really look like Gentle Monster that are pretty expensive but never as expensive as Gentle Monster, so hopefully in Korea it's a little cheaper. And then Tambourines has, I think, a bunch of like lotion and perfume and things like that that'll be really nice to explore and buy if I want. Then I also want to go to Kon Noraebang or karaoke, where you can just pay for a couple of songs really cheap. You can sing your songs. I really enjoy karaoke. It's so much fun. And then I also want to do the Seoul photo booth or sell pics, or there's another place called Photo Lab Plus in Apgujeong or Gangnam area, and I'm excited to do the photo booths. I might do it on the other days as well, as long as it doesn't take too long. But the Korean photo booths are really unique that they have a lot of props. They even have like hair straighteners that you can go into and like straighten your hair and fix your hair before you go into these photo booths. And they're probably inexpensive. I haven't really checked the price, but I'm assuming they're not too expensive. Then lastly, we're gonna do some shopping around the area. And for dinner, we're gonna eat Meo Rose short rib. And that's a pretty popular place. It has a good Korean short rib dish, so I'm excited to go there. That will be the end of my trip. As I said, such a short trip and so sad about it. But the next day our flight is at night, so we have just a few hours in the morning. I think I'm gonna go to the convenience store and check out all the food there, the kimbap or the rice rolls, the little drink packs that everyone gets at the Korean convenience stores when you watch them on TikTok. Do some last minute shopping. I also want to go to Gwangjang Market. We might have some time in the morning to do that before getting on the flight. So I am super excited about my trip. As you can see, I jam-packed the itinerary so that I can do as much as possible, eat as much as possible, shop as much as possible. I'll definitely be vlogging it, so you guys should definitely stay tuned. If you are interested in seeing, it'll be up in the next few months. Just wanted to share the Wi-Fi portion. I wanted to share my whole itinerary and get excited for Korea. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!